say hello there and a very, very good evening. It's Tuesday, it's 8 o'clock, and of course that means the one and only Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean Ryan, by the way. Been hosting this show now, it's over 10 years, and every Tuesday we always get some amazing deals. Tonight we have got exclusive offers. We've got pound deposits back on selected cruises, and I tell you who else is back. Justin, what are you doing over there, Justin? It's right. What have I done?
I was told to go further. Just.
Oh, that was.
I can't even shake hands with you. Am I right to come over?
It's like an Atlantic. He said move along a bit, but only a bit, not
it's
there.
It's like a transatlantic cruise.
It is.
Do you like the way that I've just shoehorned that into it? Because
Justin, amazing as ever. Nice to see you, matey.
It's nice to be back.
I know.
Close to you.
Yeah, that's so much better.
We have got a good show tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. We've got pound deals which are back.
Yeah, pound deposits.
We've got some fantastic. Remember, it's luxury month.
Yeah.
Later on in the show, we've got a cruise where you can get up to £100 cash back, and on top of that, there's no supplements for the flights. Wow. So that's to look forward to later. We've got a river cruise, brand new river cruise from Fred Olsen. Yeah, I know.
That's the first ever, isn't it?
First ever time I've ever done a Fred Olsen river cruise, so looking forward to that one.
And a lady told me off on Facebook the other day for mentioning alcohol too much, so I'm going to mention it. There's an all-inclusive from Marella.
Yeah,
there is an all-inclusive.
I'm just trying to think whether there's actually a ship that's dry, as in no alcohol. That'd be an interesting concept, perhaps.
Not sure how popular it'd be, Justin. But anyway, so we have got
whatever floats your boat.
We have got something for everybody. We are going to start off though with our first cruise from MSC. I think this is a cracker, isn't it?
Fantastic deal straight away, and this is a £1 deposit. So if you want to put it, get this one in the diary, it's just £1 per person to reserve this cruise.
And the prices start from just £429 per person.
But break that down, that works out at £62 per night per person.
Do you know the dates are really good as well, aren't they? They are for next year, so do book now, say £1 deposit. But beautiful ship as ever. Let's take you on board and talk you through £1 deposits. Oh, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, and to have MSC as well, because MSC, a fantastic cruise line, very Mediterranean, as the name suggests, but fantastic modern cruise ships, great facilities. So come rain or shine, you've got great places to relax in.
And we should say this cruise is actually sailing from Southampton, so it will have more of a British feel, won't it?
Yeah, well, and again, you know, they tailor to the market, so it's not specifically for anybody in the Mediterranean. But to be fair, you know, MSC, their food, their entertainment, not the entertainment, the facilities on board are fantastic.
And just looking here, one thing that I absolutely love the ships. They are decadent, they're glamorous, they're opulent, they are beautiful. They do spend a huge amount on their ships, don't they?
Well, I mean, you can see from the shows there's the 4D cinema where you've got full motion seats, you've got F1 simulators, you've got beautiful suites and verandas as well. So a great selection. Really for everybody, whether it's a couple, whether you're thinking about cruising on your own. We've got a great price for a family of 4 as well. So, you know, again, looking at that time of the year, if you want to cruise as a family of 4, again, from £1 deposit, so that'd be £4 deposit tonight to secure this, you'd be paying from £1,365 per person.
Well, you're going to be seeing some lovely places as well. So, as we mentioned, it's from Southampton, so nice and easy. And we're making our way over to the port of Zeebrugge for, of course, Bruges. Bruges is a lovely place, isn't it?
It's absolutely stunning. You get off of a ship and you go onto a canal, and it really is a slow pace of life around here. Of course, Belgium itself, there's around 125 breweries, so there's plenty to choose from if you do want to indulge. Also, chocolate. If you love chocolate, there is literally everything and anything and anything and everything in the world of chocolate.
Yeah, there is.
There's a shop that just sells chocolate, and the square itself is absolutely beautiful.
And a good choice of beer as well.
Yes, yeah, 125 breweries. There's plenty to see and do. So if you do want to go a little bit further afield, just on a more commemorative note, then you can go to Flanders Fields and Ypres as well. So it's entirely up to you.
I've got to say, I mean, you don't have to go to Bruges. I have spent a day in Zeebrugge before, so it's nice, but Bruges is definitely worth a visit. Yeah.
If you haven't done it before, I'd say that this is a great taster cruise. For those of you that like to watch but have never actually booked, get involved. But we go from Bruges and then we're off to Amsterdam.
Do you know, I've never been to Amsterdam still. honestly.
You kid?
No, honestly, I haven't.
Somebody's just fainted at the back of the
I
studio.
really haven't.
Are you sure? Not in the 90s. You didn't tour around
No,
there.
I honestly have never been.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm definitely sure.
Amsterdam. Anne Frank's house is there. Rembrandt's museum. You've got tulips, quite literally, clogs, all of the traditional highlights to see, and window shopping. In the daytime, it is great to have a wander around Amsterdam, and at night, it's a completely different feel, but it's a safe feel. It's one of those things that you perhaps want to do, and the great thing is with cruising, is you literally step off the ship, head into town, and come back. It's like your floating hotel. Then we're off to Hamburg. Now, Hamburg itself, absolutely stunning. The actual town centre and the town hall is beautiful. In fact, there's the town hall in the background, and this is it from the town square. This is where they have the Christmas markets, bearing in mind we're only going to be going there in September. Of course, there's the Reaper Barn as well, if you do want to indulge. And also, if you love the Beatles, then there's some fantastic memorabilia and sites to see where the Beatles used to go around in their early days.
And then a relaxing day at sea, so just enjoy that beautiful ship, and a chance to see Paris from the port of Le Havre. Now.
Yeah, it's a couple of hours into Paris. It's one of those things that, again, you say you've never been to Amsterdam. I've never been to Paris. Never been to Paris. Can you believe it? Never been on the Champs-Elysees. No. Never been down to the Louvre either. I would love to go down to Paris. I just haven't got round to it yet. So it's one of those things.
Cruise.
Yes, I should. But to be fair, it's classic ports, because what you're looking at there, Amsterdam overnight. It's a rarity to have an overnight on board a cruise. Hamburg's a fantastic place. Paris is a fantastic place as well. So all in all, put that together, and there's also a drinks package from £24 per person as well. So a really great starter for this evening's show.
And then, of course, back to Southampton. So, as Justin said, £1 per person deposit tonight. Let's just have a look at this beautiful ship there one more time, because we speak to many, many passengers who've cruised with MSC, and the design of the ships, the look of the ships, the facilities, they are outstanding.
Yeah, Swarovski crystal staircase.
Look how nice that
It's going to another level. But by the way, this is also one of the MSC ships that has the yacht club. So if you do want to book and go for the yacht club, then the yacht club suites, you actually get your own private bar, you get a solarium, a hydro massage pool, also you get butler service, you get assistance at check-in, transport luggage, unpack, you get the full works. So the yacht club is definitely worth looking at if it's your first time on MSC.
We've just seen some of the other cabins available. We've got some amazing prices actually for outside and balconies as well. So just to recap what's inclusive now, or what's included rather, we have got an exclusive offer from Planet Cruise, just £1 per person deposit tonight. Just to mention, if you do want to add on an all-inclusive drinks package, they start from just £24 per person. They're really good as well. Over and out of board in Amsterdam. And that is a really good price for Family 4, isn't it?
All I'll say is this is a previous bestseller. We did have this back in March without the £1 deposit, and it was very popular then. It's come back, so snap it up while cabins last.
And don't forget the phone number tonight. We're open till 10:30, of course.
Yes, yep.
And first thing tomorrow morning. But yeah, do be quick if you want that £1 per person deposit. And I mentioned got some great upgrades available as well. You can see there's not a massive difference between the inside, the outside, and of course the balconies. We've got balcony prices there starting at $579. Now we've still got loads coming up throughout the show.
Is that another MSC deal? Oh, hello.
It could be.
I think they'd lent on the horn then. No, we've got another great MSC deal, and take a look at this one. Again, this is just a fantastic deal for MSC. This is 22nd of November this year, 20 nights, but this is the Mediterranean and the Caribbean as well. So fantastic to be able to do that sort of itinerary. So you're starting off, you've got Genoa, Marseille, Barcelona, Malaga, Tenerife, and then off to the Caribbean, Barbados, Antigua, St Martin, St Kitts, and Fort-de-France as well.
And of course your return flight back to London. I'm just looking at that, works out less than £400 a week.
Yeah, when you see that back to back, that is a great opportunity to reposition across the Caribbean.
And what would be nice with that, day by day, it's just going to get warmer and warmer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going the right way as well, because you're actually gaining an hour, as in you can stay in bed for an hour, because if you're coming back across the Atlantic, you're losing it, yeah. Literally.
Anyway, if you want to book that one tonight, it's just come in, and so we've got an ID number for that, 152966. But we are going to move on to an absolute favourite with viewers and a favourite of mine, Celebrity Cruises, and it's a gorgeous ship, Celebrity Millennium. I've been lucky, I've cruised with Celebrity 8 times now. All the ships are stunning. But this is a great one because we actually get to stay in Singapore, first of all, don't we?
Yeah, it's a great cruise and a great holiday. So you're flying out, and of course, sometimes the distance. It's nice to be able to acclimatise and get sort of relaxed before you cruise. And Singapore's a great place to do it. I mean, the service is some of the best that I've ever had in the world. Just generally in Singapore, there's plenty to see and do as well.
And one of the cleanest places in the world, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. You're not even allowed to vape, are you? So
probably not.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So, but yeah, so you can actually see the Gardens by the Bay, which is actually part and parcel of this cruise, because you do get the Gardens by the Bay tour as well. So you get to go around this quite unique landscape. You can see the Singapore Flyer, of course, Raffles Hotel. You've got to go here. They've just recently refitted the Long Bar, which is the home to apparently the Singapore Sling. This is where it came from. Marina Bay's fantastic. You can actually see the Merlion, which is the half lion, half mermaid creature that is famed in Singapore. And Marina, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic for shopping. If you're a shopaholic, leave the credit card at home because the brands there are fantastic. The Marina Bay Sands that you can see, and of course this is the Gardens by the Bay at night. So even if you do the tour by daytime, I'd recommend having a wander back down there at night, because to look back at this this skyline, of course the actual Marina Bay Sands is designed to look like a cruise ship.
Yeah, and it really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they've got the floating pool up at the top. It's well worth going up there.
I think you'll love Singapore. I have been there, but I was only there a day, and I really felt a bit cheated. I felt I needed longer. And you're going to be there for 3 nights in a 5-star hotel, and as Justin said, the Gardens by the Bay tour is included in the price. But yeah, it's a magical place.
Oh, the hawker markets there, the food is just brilliant. If you do get a chance, one of the best hawker markets in Singapore is called Newtown, and you've got to go and find Linda, OK? You're probably thinking, what? This is a couple of years ago when I was there.
Just people all the way around the world, you see. So,
exactly,
Linda.
I've got contacts everywhere.
Do we share a picture of you,
everywhere.
do we say?
Yeah, just say Justin. He was here a couple of years ago.
So the great start to your holiday, but then you transferred to the stunning Celebrity Millennium. And let's just show you Celebrity. If you've never cruised them, I can guarantee everything about them is outstanding, from the food, the service, the design of the ships. They really specialise in modern luxury and have won so many awards and continue to do so.
Yeah, well, you've hit the nail on the head there. Modern luxury. Their ships are fantastic, their service is excellent, and they are market leaders when it comes to some of the facilities on board. Of course, you've got places like Cuisine, which is the first restaurant that you could order food via an iPad. You've got the fantastic Martini Bar, one of the best wine collections at sea. Also, depending on what type of package you go for, Blue is another one of those restaurants that you certainly
if you go for Aqua Class, you will get the Blue restaurant, which is absolutely outstanding. And the shows, you know, I love entertainment, but the shows of Celebrity, they are of a completely different... Well,
if I'm right in thinking as well, they've recently been actually updated.
Yeah, they've added loads of new ones, but they are a completely different league, honestly. They are absolutely outstanding.
And again, one thing that I just want to, emphasise, if you haven't cruised with Celebrity before, if you haven't watched the show before, and you're thinking, what does he talk about Aqua Class? What does this mean? What does that mean? Pick up the phone and dial the number at the bottom of the screen. The people that you're going to speak to are not just experts that are trained in their fields. They're experts like myself that have lived and breathed cruising. I was at sea for 6 years. As you can tell, I had a good time.
Can I just say, Justin showed us some pictures earlier. When he was cruise director, we can't share them with you, unfortunately.
What?
Well, we could have, but they were. Yeah, you had a good time, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's what a cruise is all about.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you'll understand this. You make memories, you meet friends, and again, it was a great time of life. But what I'm trying to emphasise is a lot of the people that work in the office. Certainly, if you get hold of Glenn, he was the tour manager for P&O Cruises for a long time. We've got staff that have been at Cunard, and again, away from the sort of cruise part of the industry, if you wanted to do land tours and time away in Canada, we've got specialists that have lived and breathed it because they've worked in the industry in that location. So
do give us a call, because I know we've got all our regulars, but if you are new to cruising, we are here to help. Anyway, your first day is at sea, so get to explore the beautiful Millennium, and we're making our way to Ho Chi Minh, aren't we?
Yeah, the former Saigon.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the home of the bicycle, beautiful pagodas. The Chu Chi district as well is a historic district. You've got the Notre Dame Square there, the cathedral that you can go and see, the Sea Goddess Shrine as well. And there's plenty of interesting things to do, whether you're intrigued in architecture, with culture, perhaps the history of the war there as well. And of course, don't forget, make sure you get your currency sorted, because this is the land of the dong.
It is.
You can get, quite literally. Where do you spend your dong? In Vietnam. So plenty to do. Now on to our next port of call, and from the city of Ho Chi Minh, we're going to the beach resort of Vietnam, Nha Trang. I mean, look at that.
It is just
stunning.
Paradise.
Absolutely crystal clear waters here. Beautiful 5-star restaurants. You know, you won't be wanting any facilities, because it's just paradise. Just literally just that. I mean, look, I can picture myself. Do you want to take the left sunbed, or do you want to take the right sunbed? I'll take the right.
Take the right. The left, that's fine.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It's the same. You know, you're on the left-hand side now. I'm on the right. Look at it.
I know. I've quite fancied the hammock. Anyway, A Day at Sea is next.
I thought you were going to say the Lilo then. You can blow your own up. Anyway, so relaxing Day at Sea and then into Hue. Now, this is a fantastic World Heritage site, which, if you do want to go a little bit further afield, you can go and see the Imperial Citadel. And it's a famed walled city with a moat around the outside. There's around 2 kilometres of this wall either side. It really is quite remarkable to go and see and do. So I recommend that tour. Definitely. And of course, there's also a lot of the traditional sort of paddy fields and the floating villages that if you want to go and buy some of the local handicrafts and artefacts, then you can do there. Then you've got a nice and relaxing day at sea, and then coming back into Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong, this is where you're actually disembarking and flying back, but just coming into Hong Kong, and I should imagine, you know, flying back as well, you're going to see some of Hong Kong, and you're going to see some of the great light shows in the evening. So it may not be a port of call, it's your disembarkation port, but definitely one to tick off.
We should say with this one, you can add on some extra stays as well, can't you? We'll talk about those in a second, but just look at the stunning Celebrity Millennium. I cannot recommend them highly enough. So I've been very lucky. I've done 8 cruises with Celebrity, and everyone has been absolutely impeccable. Now, great price on this one tonight as well. So let's just show you what's included. So you will get your 3 nights, and that will be in a 5-star hotel in Singapore. You get your Gardens by the Bay tour. Now let's talk about these extra nights you can add as well, Justin.
It depends on budget-wise, but I always think if you're going that sort of distance, I think all chips in. I'd go for Angkor Wat. Yeah, Angkor Wat, beautiful temples. I mean, it is absolutely stunning if you like the spiritual side. So you can do that. That's a 3-night, 4-star hotel stay as well in Siem Reap. Or if you want to go for the 349, that's the 5-night Bali hotel stay. So perhaps if you've been to this part of the world before, you just want to just chill out on the beach, do nout, as they say.
Yeah, do nout.
Then I must admit,
it's great price.
I travel a lot, and last year I took my first proper holiday for 7 days, and it was definitely worth it. So I'm torn. I'd love to see Angkor Wat, but I'd love to lay on the beach in Bali for 5 nights as well. Can I do both?
Well, we can arrange anything at Planet Cruise, can't we? So I'm sure you could. But that really is a fantastic, say, trip of a lifetime, and one definitely to tick off your bucket list. Now,
that's not a seashell. That's definitely a horn. Yeah, we've got another fantastic deal on this one. Can you believe? Take a look at this, because this deal you will want to book. It's a P&O exclusive, and it's another £1 per person deposit. It's a 7-nighter covering Amsterdam, Belgium, Guernsey, and from Southampton, not featuring Southampton. And great for those of you that don't fly in.
I'm honestly tempted to that one, because I haven't, as I said, not been to Amsterdam, been to Guernsey, but it would be really nice to cruise with P&O again as well. And that one is 455. What we are noticing, if you book in advance, you really can save a lot of money nowadays, can't you?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, and you know, with P&O, you're getting great quality across the whole board. You know, whether it be food, entertainment, the ships itself, and a great itinerary there. That
surprised me how low the price is. Bear in mind, the date is the 4th of July for next year. So if you do want to reserve that, all you need is £1 per person tonight. But
the family of 4 price is fantastic.
Yeah.
Really is good.
It is, isn't it? And £4 is what you need to reserve that tonight as well. But we do think that will go very, very quickly. And when ships Particularly, you know, that's for next year, July next year. But if the ship starts to fill up quickly, the prices will go up. Always happens, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, we better move on. About time we had an all-inclusive, I was thinking. Yes. And this one is all-inclusive with Marella. We've got a fantastic selection of dates, so you can get some winter sun. And the price, again, I know we talk about prices a lot, but it is important. You know, Planet Cruise is all about great deals. $669 is the lead price for 7 nights, all-inclusive. Yeah. That's your tips as well.
Yeah, and if you do want to extend that, you can actually have a 7-night land stay in Gran Canaria
as well. Oh, you can, yeah.
That's not all-inclusive, but still, it's £269 per person for a 7-night stay. Yeah, another week.
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? But tonight, you can actually reserve this again for just a low deposit of £75. Marella, I know we say it every week, but just in case you don't realise, Marella are, of course, previously Thompson cruises.
Yes, yeah, and what they do is they take, you know, you look at a ship like this, you go, this has got a more classic feel to it. They are smaller ships, they're classic ships, but you are not losing out on quality, because effectively what they've done is they've taken the ship and they've completely refitted all the lounges and all the public areas.
And they get great feedback in the industry. I mean, again, Marella do win a lot of awards for things like their entertainment and the service.
And for those of you that don't like the larger cruise ships, I know some of you go, oh, I like a smaller cruise ship, I don't want to get lost, you know, I just want some that I feel comfortable with. You're only looking at 57,000 tonnes, so at maximum capacity just over 2,000 passengers on board. Some of the larger ships, there are 140,000 tonnes and nearly twice the capacity. But it's all about the quality of service. And I know in the cruise industry it's exceptional across all of the different brands. But one of the real unique features about Marella and Thompson before are the staff. And again, I think that's very much the case with P&O. You know, it is the staff. Because it's a smaller ship, you get to know the staff. Because it's a smaller ship, the staff feel as if it's their home.
Yeah, very true.
So you feel at home because they're making you feel so relaxed. You get to know people. You know, you'll bump into, you know, different people in bars, get chatting, and then you'll see them ashore. You know, it really is that lovely sort of family feel.
I hope tonight, I know we always get new views on a Tuesday as well as regulars. I hope, you know, if you've never done a cruise before, I hope you do it. And something like this that is all inclusive, so you don't have to worry about tips, you don't have to worry about drinks, all your food, all your entertainment. When you break it down per night, less than £100 per night for everything included. So amazing value. And the Canaries, we're going to talk about those in a second, but you're pretty much guaranteed great weather all year round, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You'd be very lucky not to get good weather.
I was going to say, we can't guarantee.
No, but you would be very lucky to get a week that wasn't good, wouldn't you?
But one of the nice things about this particular itinerary is it's got some really great large port days and then some really quiet ones as well. And that's actually how they start off. And I've got a confession here. This is not actually my research. This is actually from my other half who used to live in the Canaries. The first port of call, San Sebastian, is actually on the beautiful island of La Gomera. And this is the hidden gem within the Canaries.
And actually, I think I might say, generally speaking, only the smaller ships go there, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, and it's one of those places that, yeah, it's not been commercialised too much. You've got lovely little coves, you've got great beaches, and everything's close to one another. So it really has got that authentic feel and vibe. I have been there.
It felt very different from the other Canary Islands.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the Canarians actually look at San Sebastian and La Gomera. It's just a little bit off the beaten track. Then we've got one of my favourite ports of all time, Madeira. It's an absolutely beautiful island, great to sail into, and it's such a lush green fertile island that you've got beautiful gardens, the botanical gardens to die for. You've got a great flower market as well where you can get the birds of paradise plants as well. You can get your Madeira cake, you can get your Madeira wine, you can go to Blandy's, or you've got to go to Blandy's, definitely. And also there's the legendary wicker basket run, which if you've never heard of it...
I've always avoided this.
Has anybody never heard? The cameraman in the studio, they're looking at me going, wicker basket run, what's he on about? Literally, there's a wicker basket like a sofa, and there's two guys in traditional Madeiran dress pushing you down a hill on wooden sledge. It's, yeah, you've got to experience it. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Actually, I'm going to challenge. Sounds nice and relaxing.
I'm going to challenge the viewers tonight that if any of you have got pictures of that particular run, send them in and we'll use them next time we're in Madeira. There you go. Because if not, I'll show you mine, and that'll scare you.
A day at sea's next, so just enjoy the fabulous Marella Dream, and then we're making our way over to Lanzarote, aren't we?
Yes, Lanzarote, of course, you've got fantastic national park here. You've got real contrast, you know, from the lush green fertile islands to the mountains of fire, or the Montañas del Fuego. You've also got Playa Grande and Puerto del Carmen as well, so there's plenty to see and do. And for those of you that like architecture, take a look at this. This is Cesar Manrique, one of the greatest architects. You'll recognise some of his other buildings. They were all made in concrete and they looked very 60s. You know, like when you see the old James Bond films and they were in the egg chairs in the 60s, like Austin Powers. It's very, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. So then we're off to Fuerteventura. Now, you may have been on holiday here, and it's fantastic. If you haven't, you'll go in there for the day and you'll be like, we've got to come back here. It's absolutely brilliant. Great for water sports here. It's a windswept island, so much so that they actually host the World Championship windsurfing there every year. So absolutely fantastic. Then we're off to Tenerife. Again, it's one of those places that you may have been on holiday. I've got to say, my other half and her family lived in Tenerife for several years. They've recently just been back, just this year, and they said, wow, the absolute difference from when they were there for around 10 years ago. So if you yourself, you know, have been on holiday in Tenerife and you go, we probably won't go back there, we had great memories, go back. You want to see the difference that it's made.
And then back to Las Palmas, where you disembark and you're flown back to the UK. It's a lovely cruise, and so we've got some great dates. We'll talk about those in a second, but from November right the way through to April of next year. But as Justin said, more traditional ships, smaller ships, more of just a homely feel, but still outstanding standards when it comes to the entertainment and the food and the service. And everyone just seems to have a great time with Marella, don't they?
If you were cruising me, you'd always have a great time. Come rain, come shine.
Now let's just show you what's included on this one. And it is built because tonight, this Tuesday, you will get a free upgrade to all-inclusive. All of your tips as well. Return flights, now they're based on London Gatwick, but we have got regional flights available as well, just for supplement. So again, you know, just call us. Let's find out, you know, what airports are available. But generally speaking, with Marella, there's a wide choice of airports.
Yes, definitely. But you've got to go into Madeira, one of my favourite sailaways. Do you know what? Because I know that the wedding's coming up on Saturday. I'm not going to go on about it too. Don't panic. You know when they're waving the flags and the bunting, you ought to see the sailaways from Madeira. I'll put that lot to shame.
And don't forget, you can add on that Gran Canaria stay as well for £269 per person. Price-wise, we've got loads of lovely dates. You can get away November, December this year, but also I think one of the worst times in the UK.
February.
January and February. They're miserable, aren't they? Yeah, really grim actually. So we have got dates, and look at the price, it's still great. Starting on the inside though, it's $699 for January and $769 for February as well. So yes, good single prices.
Fantastic single prices.
They are very good actually. Trouble with me, I always want to book every single cruise.
Well, I tell you what,
I can't do any less days than I do, World, can I, Justin?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what your contract states. The next cruise, however...
I only do 7 every 2 weeks.
Oh, dear. Can we get the violin out and I'll start playing Deary Me? Now, the next cruise that we've got coming up, it was actually on my bucket list, because back in the day, I always said that I wanted to go on the Queen Mary. I know this is Queen Mary too, but I wanted to go on the Queen Mary across to New York and then fly back on Concorde. And I never got a chance to do it.
I'd loved it on that
but
as well.
The fact of the matter, this is a transatlantic crossing on one of the only ocean liners, because she is classified as an ocean liner. A lot of cruise ships are flat bottom, but she's designed for this run across the transatlantic. And if you want luxury, if you want that classic sort of glamour of the old days of cruising, I know one of your colleagues, Paul, is a big fan of the ship because he spent time on it. And I always used to remember, the last time I saw her was actually in the Bay of Acapulco. And she's a stunning ship. She's a new ship, or newish ship. But it's just the way you've got the black hull there. It just oozes that transatlantic. I'm arrived.
Well, I took my
London
mum for
to New
her
York.
70th birthday on the Queen Mary too. And it was amazing. Just all the white glove service.
Yeah.
And all the extra touches.
Did you go for the Queen's Grill, though?
No.
See, this is the thing. And this is one of the weird things in the cruise industry. We've never talked about this before because a lot of people think it's a little bit old-fashioned, but the class system that you have. But it works because it's like, you know, when you go to some of the luxury hotels, I'm not going to mention the names of them, but you know the luxury hotels you can go to in London, which serve afternoon tea, and you go, well, you know, that is quite a little bit, oh, get the white gloves out. That's what it's all about. You go there to indulge in that.
And I loved all the ballroom dancing and the band playing and the dressing up.
What's one of the worst things about, especially if you're a pet owner, what's one of the worst things about going away? Having to leave.
Leaving your pets behind.
Yeah,
your
well, with this, as far as I know, this is one of the only cruise lines in the world that has kennels on board. So I could take my pampered pooch over to New York, and of course, don't forget you would have to arrange, obviously, to come back, but Planet Cruise can do all of that. But they've got 12 kennels on board, they've got a kennel master, they take them for walkies as well, the full works.
I bet they're very posh kennels as well.
Yes, yes, but they're not allowed in the pool.
No, you will be, say, on board this stunning ship for 7 nights. Prior to this, you will be in New York for 3 nights as well. But I guarantee it will be a wonderful journey.
You're questioning why I've been talking about pets. Let me ask.
I'm not, no.
Right, I'm going to put you on the spot there. How many pets, since the launch of Queen Mary 2, up until her 100th crossing, how many, in 100 crossings, how many pets have crossed the Atlantic on Queen Mary 2? How many?
God, I've got no idea.
How many? Let's just say, how many do you reckon? 200. The floor manager says 200. How many do you think?
I think 1,000.
1,000. 450. See?
Oh, I was going to say about
450.
2,000. Oh, you mean in 100 crossings?
In 100 crossings.
Oh, okay.
That's not
with you
bad.
now. That's
See?
good.
A lot of people, they take their
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've got
New
a
York.
cat, so it's no good for me.
Oh no, I think you can still take cats on board.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. So, well, again, phone the number at the bottom of the screen if you've got a pamper pooch or pussycat. Then, if you want to take them, then see whether we can do it for you. Anyway, New York. Do you want to do it at Christmas? Because we have just had a distant horn in the distance. I can hear the foghorn. There is a Christmas cruise date that's being added to this particular deal.
Wow, so you could actually be in New York for Christmas.
Yeah, and you can do Central Park, you can do the ice skating like you see in all the films, stuff like that. You can go and see the Empire State Building. Look at them there.
And what is so lovely with this, you are going to get, say, your 3 nights in New York, so you can do so much. You can really get to see all the sights there.
You've done New York, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
But have you done New York?
Yeah, I think I've done New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Greenwich Village, the whole of Times Square is just awesome. Central Park. Did you do the High Line?
No.
No, right. So the High Line, it's an old railway system that was actually more down the dock side, and they've converted it because it's literally 1 story above the ground level, 1 story obviously. They've taken all the train tracks out, and it's like a garden that you can walk through for about a mile. Yeah.
Well, we're loving the stories, but we're now about half an hour off time, Justin.
Sorry. Lovely meeting you. At least you'll have a good time on your cruise. Good night.
Listen, we love his enthusiasm, but let's take him on board the ship and have a little look.
Are we ready?
Cunard is a cruise line that has one of the richest histories. So it's fitting that moving forward they have decided to pay homage to this history while still being cutting edge with its latest multi-million-pound refit on board the Queen Mary 2. This striking new grand lobby is one of the most spectacular and noticeable differences, with 2 of the glass lifts being removed, creating a lighter, brighter entrance and giving even more of a grand central space. With its classic and stylish Art Deco detail, you can see how this remastering has truly enhanced its traditional touches. And now, with the additional room, there is 18 staterooms with views that overlook this stunning atrium. What was once the Winter Garden has now been transformed into the Corinthia Lounge. This venue is now the perfect tranquil space for people to relax during the day with a selection of food and beverages available, before transforming into an elegant yet informal evening venue, offering up light entertainment with a selection of wines and a port vintage wall offering the finest collections of port at sea. We then have here the classic Commodore Club, which has been remastered with a fresh new look and a new cocktail menu to go with it, featuring 7 new signature cocktails inspired by the 7 knighted Commodores of Cunard's history. And finally, Sir Samuel's has undergone a redesign with the additional of the much-loved Godovia handcrafted Belgian chocolate being added to the complimentary pastries and snacks available. Here we are in the height of luxury, in one of the Queen penthouse suites here on Queen Mary 2. In 2016, Cunard embarked on a £90 million refurbishment and all cabins and suites have been remastered. If you're travelling by yourself but you don't want to pay the huge supplements, we do have our single traveller cabins. Absolutely stunning for those people that want to go across the Atlantic on the Queen Mary 2. Then we make our way up to the ocean view cabins, or if not, why not try one of the balconies? But if you really want to push the boat out, and I pardon the pun, you might want to try one of the Queen's grills or the Prince's grills. You can relax in the lounge area here. You can sleep in one of the beautiful new beds they have, or why not relax in the bathtub? Or if you really can't be bothered to do anything at all, why not call your butler and let them do the work for you? Absolutely stunning, and the best way to go from Southampton to New York.
Oh, that's our lovely Glenn, by the way, who says hello. Now, let's just quickly show what's included on this one. So we've got an amazing deal today. Oh, we've got to mention that if you do book before next Monday, so that's Monday the 21st, you'll actually get £50 off per person as well. So we're doing that for the next few days.
Luxury month.
It's great to get that on. Yeah.
Definitely, especially on a brand like Cunard.
3 nights in New York in a stunning hotel, and I would definitely do that, wouldn't you? Add on Niagara Falls and Amtrak. You can actually do that as well. Just call for details.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Christmas in New York, that's the one for me.
Yeah.
4 nights as well, not 3 nights, but 4 nights when you do the Christmas itinerary.
And that's based on the 15th of December. So, yes, you could be in New York this Christmas. It would be spectacular, actually.
Snowing.
And
Lovely.
And the decorations are amazing. They really are.
Macy's, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, price-wise, just looking what you've got some really good prices on the balcony. You did mention the grilled suites as well.
Yeah.
We have got prices there starting, if you went for dates in November, at 2,149 actually on the December dates, and 2,179 for the November dates there as well. That will be wonderful, really will.
Oh, right, knock it off.
Now this one, it's another £1 deposit from Cruiser Maritime, and it's a 6-night Fjordland from Tilbury. Now, normally Cruiser Maritime are adults only, but this is a multi-generation cruise, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got the in-laws actually going on Cruiser Maritime later on this year, so they're looking forward to their first cruise. Their first cruise, believe it or not. I know, there you go. But this 6 nights around the fjords is going to be absolutely stunning. Hardanger Fjord, Eidfjord Fjord, Sonnesfjord, Flom as well, and Bergen until... I've shown you the photos of Bergen.
Yes.
See, earlier on, we weren't when we said about we were looking at some pictures. Anyway, I'll show you some more later.
I think we should get them on a future show. By the way, single price on that is $655. So, excellent price for our solo ladies and gents. Now, the last... it's fair to say the last few months, river cruises have been proving ever so popular on the show.
Yep.
But tonight, it's the first time we've ever had a Fred Olsen river cruise.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that a lot of cruise lines focus on what they're good at, and Fred Olsen, you know, has always been one of those in the cruise industry that is very well known and very well loved, held in high esteem. And I don't think you can escape the river market is massive.
Yeah, it's massive.
Planet
growing,
Cruise itself, we're one of the market leaders in the UK when it comes to river cruising, dealing with all the big brands. But Fred Olsen has now got this fantastic ship. For those of you that have been ocean cruising, again, it's a lot smaller, so we're only looking at 156 passengers maximum, with around 40 crew. And it really, really is. My first ever cruise experience was on a river ship.
Was it really?
On the Rhine. And in fact, including some of these ports. So we'll talk about that later.
Well, let's just give you a little taster of some of the places you're going to see and what life is going to be like on board with Fred Olsen on board the Brabant. I can imagine a beautiful ship.
Yeah, and by the way, we've got some great single prices available on this one.
Oh, we have, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, so as I said, 156 passengers maximum. You've got all the regular facilities you'd expect to find on a ship. But you are literally just docking and getting off and going into these wonderful places. It is literally just a few metres away. And the Rhine is one, especially the Moselle, it's just one of the greatest journeys, just meandering through all that winemaking regions, the great medieval towns, and a lot of it, what you'll actually be doing is you'll be spending, part of the day in port, part of the day cruising into another port, seeing some of the castles, seeing some of the monuments. It really is a great opportunity to see a different side of Europe.
Very relaxing, I'd imagine, as well. Now, we have got exclusive pricing for Planet Cruise tonight as well, so we have got an amazing deal. Best price in the UK, just said on this one?
Yes, even actually on Fred Olsen's website, we have a better deal for you tonight. So that's what we like to do. We negotiate these prices for our customers.
And nice date as well. The lead date is 27th of September. The weather should be really nice there.
Yeah, and do you know, come rain or shine, you know, river cruising is one of those things that I think if you love city breaks, you've got to do this, because you just have a good old wander. You know, the cobbled streets, the cafes, the restaurants, the bars. You know, there are some optional tours as well that you can go on, but it's really great cultural immersions.
Cultural emergence, like that just did. So let's just give you a little taster of some of the places that you will be visiting.
Yeah, so we're actually going to be flying out to Düsseldorf and then joining the ship in Cologne. And this is, of course, a UNESCO World Heritage Site when it comes to the cathedral. Iconic as soon as you see it. And you're going to be spending the day here. There's some fantastic museums and galleries. There's actually Museum Ludwig, which is not... I straight away when I read this, I thought, oh, it'll be music. No, it's actually one of Europe's finest Picasso collections. So, yeah, definitely one worth to see. And in the afternoon, you're going to be cruising along the Rhine and into Remagen, which, of course, an infamous battle in World War II. So for those of you who like your history, then you can do a little bit of exploring there. Then we're off to Bernkastel, and the actual morning itself is spent cruising. So you'll be in your port of call quite late. You'll wake up the next morning, and the scenery will be going past your window. You can have a look up on deck and then dock in Bernkastel. Now, this is world famous for its vineyards. Of course, there's a famous wine, the Bernkastel Doctor, that's actually here. And of course, if you love your Rieslings, then this is, I think there's around 100 different types of Riesling from this region. So really is something different. Now we're into Cochem. Now Cochem is one of those beautiful narrow streets, maze-like. You've got the beautiful gate tower there, which dominates, in the guardhouse as well. Some really great fortifications and great timber buildings as well. So if you love your architecture, you love that oldie-worldy feel, as me mother-in-law said. She said, oh, I love all these old buildings. I'm like, it's probably because you fit in. Anyway, oh dear, Linda, you watching? Linda! Anyway, in the afternoon, you're going to be cruising. I've only said that because she loves Cochem. She loves Cochem. Then we're off to Koblenz. And Koblenz is, again, another iconic port. And you've got the Eifel, the Westerwald mountain ranges as well, and a great castle. Just on the edge there, or just before there, you can see there's actually a lovely monument in Koblenz. So where you see this triangle just sort of jutting out, this is where the two rivers actually meet. And there's a fantastic statue of a military leader on a winged horse. And you look at it and you think, wow, it must have been here hundreds of years. It was actually only erected in 1990, but it looks weathered and it looks all part and parcel. It's definitely worth going there. And the cable car then goes up to that beautiful castle, which actually goes back to the Prussian Crown Prince Kaiser Wilhelm, who is the chap that's on the statue on the monument. So then we're off to Speyer, and again, you know, a lot of the this particular region has got a lot of history when it comes to the Second World War. So there's plenty to see and do here regarding history, but then there's also the Memorial Church, which is the tallest structure in the whole of Rhineland, and the actual old city gate itself. There's the fantastic Jewish quarter here with some great heritage, and there's even a synagogue, medieval synagogue, and a 12th century Jewish ritual bath as well. Then we're off to Strasbourg in France, and this is a beautiful medieval gem. It's absolutely stunning. When you see some of the architecture here, it feels as if you've walked back onto a set of you know, a new Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie movie. It's just it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it looks magical actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Grand Ile is the sort of cultural centre around there. And then we're off to Basel, and this is the actual disembarkation port for where you're actually coming back home. But one of the great things with this particular cruise itself is you get free Wi-Fi with this one as well. Return flights are from London. You get all of your overseas transfers included, and there's a great opportunity to actually upgrade from the actual 7 nights that you've got there up to a 14-night cruise from only £800 per person. The single special, remember, single travellers, if you like your river cruises, just under £1,500.
And you maybe noticed as well that you can also add-on drinks packages. Now, these are really affordable with Olsen. The drinks and meals is just £10 per person per night, so it starts at just a tenner, and if you want all-inclusive, then that starts from as little as £20 per person per night. Don't laugh at me for mentioning the drinks packages, Justin. Single special, that's great at, say, £1499. And as Justin just mentioned, if you want to extend it to a 2-week cruise, you can do that for just an extra £800 per person. We have got exclusive pricing on that tonight. And I've cruised with Phil Olsen myself, and excellent standards.
Yeah,
really great
standards. And first river cruise that we've ever featured. And if you love Germany, then you'll love that.
And I would, if you look at the pricing, I would definitely, if you can afford it, go for the Juliet balcony, because you can get amazing views.
Sure, I usually go to Germany in the winter because you always usually do the Christmas markets, because the in-laws, they were actually military families, so they used to spend, they were actually based in Germany for a long time. And the Christmas markets are great, but in the summer it's a completely different feel. And Koblenz, that'd be beautiful walking along the Rhine there. Absolutely stunning.
I'd like to do that. Love to do that one. Now we have one final cruise. And as Justin mentioned, it is luxury cruise month.
Yes. Yeah.
With, of course, Planet Cruise. And it doesn't get more luxurious than this, does it?
Yeah.
So let's have a little look on board. This is Viking, one of their ocean cruises on board the Viking Sun. And here's Jade to give you a little taster.
If you're after an elegant, serene ship ambience, more time in each port, and an inclusive experience complete with exquisite dining and thoughtfully curated shore excursions, then Viking's venture into ocean cruising may be perfect for you. With a small fleet of intimate ships, all holding 930 guests, you can expect an understated elegance that will truly immerse you in the destinations you visit. On board Viking, you can expect the highest level of luxury and elegance when it comes to your staterooms. With all veranda cabins on board, you'll always be able to sit back and enjoy the scenery as you cruise around the world. So whether you go for the veranda stateroom with a huge 270 square feet of space, or up to the Explorer's Suite offering priority shore excursion and spa treatment reservations, a welcome bottle of champagne, premium in-suite binoculars, a coffee maker and cashmere blankets, you're sure to be living the luxury lifestyle. With a host of exquisite dining options on board all Viking Ocean ships, you can be sure that your taste buds will travel just as much as you. Whether you're after the authentic, fresh heartiness of Manfredi's Italian restaurant, or maybe something a bit more intimate with the chef's table, where expert sommeliers and culinary masters create the perfect pairing of food and wine. Then you have the delights of Mamsen's offering up Norwegian specialities for breakfast, lunch, afternoon and evening snacks. And not forgetting the Winter Garden offering up late afternoon tea in a true English hallmark fashion. Now, no cruise is complete without its fulfilment of onboard entertainment. And with Viking, you'll be blown away with the high standards set. With an incredible lecture programme designed to give you a real immersion from leading experts, you can really expect to be given a huge insight into the places you visit. Viking has also partnered with the innovative TED Talks to bring you powerful talks on art, history, science and technology. With a theatre showcasing a variety of intimate shows, when it comes to evenings you definitely won't be bored. Offering up Viking exclusive musicals, operatic fantasy or the music of ABBA, the Rat Pack and the Beatles.
I've been very lucky. I've been on a lot of cruises, but I would love to try Viking.
Yeah,
I mean, they look outstanding, don't they?
I know that when they were actually setting up the ocean cruise, because they predominantly started out in river cruising, they actually went around all of the cruise lines and they were hand selecting the people that they wanted. They were approaching people and just going, look, you know, we want you to launch our new ships. So, you know, the best in the industry, fantastic ships, and it's the
if you want to go
giant.
to that next level. We should point out we've actually got dates starting in July of this year, but right the way through to 2020, and we are getting a lot of sellouts already. And with it being luxury month with Planet Cruise, you'll actually get £100 cash back.
Yeah.
Book this one this month, won't you?
Yeah, but it has to be booked this month. One of the things I just want to point out, the reason why these guys, you know, straight away, you look at them, it is a different product. You get up to 5 guided tours and overnight in Barcelona and Livorno, all included. And on top of that, there is no supplements when you're flying from Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow.
Wow.
So, you know, it's definitely for those of you that, you know...
And just really quickly, because I know we are short time, thanks to Justin. But, but the deluxe veranda, which is the based on the lead date, That's got lots of extras with it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
like the minibar replenishment, is that right?
Yeah,
The
so you know, usually when you go to a hotel, sometimes they'll replenish the tiny little 30mm waters that you have. The whole minibar is replenished daily.
Right. And really nice sized staterooms of about 270 square foot, including the balcony, I believe. Anyway, let's quickly show you where you're going to be cruising to. So we've flown you over to Barcelona.
This is one of the best itineraries. I'm not just saying this. Flying to Barcelona, I've just come back. In fact, this time last night I was actually in the air, just touching down. Barcelona is superb, the vibe, La Ramblas. If you like your football, the new camp, of course, Sagrada Familia as well. Go down by the marina and head down to the W, because the beach, the walk along there is absolutely stunning. But you've got that overnight. Enjoy it. Go and do some local tapas. It's fun. Cal Pep's a really good one. I'm giving away all the best secrets here. Anyway, we're off to Marseille now and off to Provence. And if you've done Marseille before, head a little bit further inland. You can go to the Pont de Gare Bridge and the Palace of the Popes. Fantastic tour there. Or stay around the harbour, because, again, it's got a great feel. But for me, this is where it's coming up. I know I don't really strike you as the type of classy type of person that would enjoy these type of ports. I'm telling you now, I love getting me sunglasses on, a nice linen shirt, me shorts, me sandals. Saint-Tropez, I'm there, baby. The bars and the restaurants are the places to be seen. It is brilliant. The yachts that you'll see here, you know, where they're registered, you can go, oh, I wonder. Oh,
I would just people watch, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's definitely. There's actually restaurants and bars with sort of like a first mezzanine sort of floor level. It's got a really good vibe. Very, very good vibe. Then we're off to, again, sorry to say this, jet set lifestyle. I'll be here this time next week.
In Monte Carlo?
Monte Carlo, or Monaco, as some of us call it. No, it is a fantastic place. Of course, you know, famed for its Grand Prix and the 19 corners of Saint-Devote, Beau Rivage, Massenet, Casino Square, Mirabeau, Fairmont, Portier, Tunnel, Tabac, swimming pool, and Antonianoge as well. But it is just fantastic. Absolute luxury there. You'll love it. Then you're at Florence and Pisa, and of course this is where you can do your tours out to the Lean and Terra Pizza. Or pizza. Did I just say pizza?
You did.
Lean Terra Pizza. Lean Terra Pizza. And of course, head on into Florence, go to the Ponte Vecchio Bridge.
And then
see our David.
You actually disembark in Rome, City Vecchia, and of course you're flown back to London. Now you get an awful lot included with Viking. So it's an exclusive take. You're actually going to get £100 cash back, don't forget, only for the month of May. 5 guided tours, so they are including the price, and you've got this great overnights on board as well. Return flights based on London, but as just to mention, there's no extra for Manchester, Birmingham and Glasgow on that one as well. And price-wise, now the lead price on the screen, and it's on free Wi-Fi
sold out, yeah.
Is based on the deluxe veranda. A lot of the verandas have actually sold out, but you will get loads of extras with the deluxe veranda as well. And do ask the cruise consultants about the penthouses, because we're looking online. They look spectacular, don't they?
I love that itinerary.
Oh,
I love that itinerary.
I love everything about that one. Could definitely do that one. Anyway, let's just recap everything that we've seen.
Everything
Tonight. We started off with that great deal with MSC, and the price of that one was just $429 from Southampton, of course, as well.
Yeah, and, you know, fantastic price, fantastic cruise, the ports themselves, that overnight in Amsterdam as well, absolutely superb.
Then we had Celebrity, and that was on board the Celebrity Millennium. You've got the 12-night Valentine's, Hong Kong, Vietnam and Singapore with stay. And again, just the price started at $1,399. Lovely itinerary, lots of beautiful places there. Ho Chi Minh, Nha Trang, of course, as well.
Yeah,
then what was next, Justin? It was Marella, wasn't it?
And then it was off to Marella, yeah. Of course, this was the Canaries. And the Canaries, fantastic weather, fantastic sunshine. And of course, the actual ship itself, you know, great quality service. Great quality service.
And that was on board the Melodream. Prices on that one started at $669. And that's all your drinks included, and of course your tips as well. Then we had, and don't mention dogs anymore, the Queen Mary 2 with Cunard, where you fly from the UK to New York for 3 nights, and then you've got that amazing 7-night cruise over to Southampton.
Yeah, or you can do the opposite as well. There is, you know, you can go each way.
Just ask your dog what they'd like, and then...
Terry May.
What was next?
Or, yeah, I tell you what, there was one that was added last minute as well. There's a Christmas date. If you ever fancy doing Christmas in New York...
Yes.
Oh, Yeah, and that was a 4-night stay in New York, not the 3-night. Then we were on to something quite special and quite remarkable, which was Fred Olsen, the first ever river cruise with Fred Olsen. So this is an exclusive price from Planet Cruise, so you won't even be able to get this at a better price from Fred Olsen. So that it really is worth booking.
And then we had that amazing cruise with Viking on board the Viking Sun. I know, so just tonight, we haven't yet cruised with Viking, but, from everything we've heard and seen, the standards are going to be outstanding. It's a different level.
Oh, yeah, yeah, completely different. And again, if you've done a lot of cruises before, you've done your celebrities, you've done your Cunards, you fancy trying something different, try Viking, because I tell you, in a few years' time, it's going to be hard to get hold of prices like that.
Well, to be honest, we've already had lots of sellouts on the verandas on that one. And the prices on that start at $1,939, but don't forget you are getting the 5 guided tours. You get £100 cash back per booking as well. You've got regional flights Manchester, Birmingham, Glasgow, all included. Now, all the details are on the Planet Cruise website, so do say just click on there. But I'm not being funny, but if you didn't see anything like tonight, don't worry, because Planet Cruise can find you any cruise, anywhere in the world, any length of cruise. And they can make packages bespoke as well. So if you want to add on a hotel stay or anything like that, they can actually do that for you. Do you know, I just want to finish the show talking about cruises in general, because I still speak to people every week that haven't done their first cruise. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I'm not sure. What would you say?
Just do it. Do it. Or even find out, sometimes we do actually ship visits when they're down in Southampton. We've got a whole array of different shows where you can actually meet all the cruise lines. So, just give us a call and see what is available or when the next show is up.
I would say, what's not to like? Best service you could ever imagine, the best food, all your entertainment, and you get to see loads of wonderful places in, of course, just one holiday. We are sadly out of time.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes, enjoy
I'll
your
be thinking
time
of you,
away.
working.
I'll see you next Tuesday at 8.
Hiya, thanks for watching the video. Now don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications, and if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content like this, click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.